time to move on to the next headline for today. So for headline number 2, we have 100 Vancouver police sent to protect Trudeau after protests surrounds the restaurant. So the good news about the internet is that video exists. So why don't we let's go ahead and take a look at this together.
Look at us, Justin!
Oh, guys getting yelled at in the restaurant.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's not just outside the restaurant. They're like, fuck this guy.
No, yeah, they tore down the barricades and went in the restaurant.
Yo, dude, no one cares about you. No one
Yeah.
likes you. Thing is, he's trying to, like, save face or whatever. People are like, we don't want any of this.
My gosh. And you know what's funny?
Yo, honestly, bro, it's good to see Canadians getting up on their horse about some shit. Let's go.
Look at that. They're active on him.
Wow. No. How did this guy not vet the place properly? Yo, if you go to this area of town, no one. It's like the Bloods and the Crips. He just rolls right into enemy territory. Like, bro, what are you thinking? You didn't even have backup. You had to call in 100 police officers.
100,
Bruh.
But yeah, let's go ahead. I'm gonna pause this for now. But man, like, it's literally like you said, like I really think. But you know, what's the thing as well? What I don't think he took into consideration. I think he just. Well, maybe he is that oblivious.
He's narcissistic.
Like, I think he is that oblivious, like, because maybe he thought it was like Vancouver's a very liberal place. Like, you know, I'm always loved in these type of environments. So maybe he just thought like, hey, like just another day I could always pull up like that.
Bro,
But
everywhere this guy
that
goes,
wasn't
he's
the
getting
case.
shit. Always. Everywhere he goes, someone's trying to throw something at him or yell at him or give him trouble. Like, that's just the way this guy's life is going now.
And you know what makes it even funny enough? Like, you know what makes it even funnier? Like 2 days ago, he tried to because, you know, he came out in support of Israel at the beginning, right? And obviously that, you know, if you take one side or the other, like, you know, you get backlash from whichever side.
Sure.
And originally he was getting so much backlash from obviously from Palestinian supporters and everything like that, right? And he noticed that like if you actually take a look at like the polling, like, mind you, the NDP is gaining in votes, and a good chunk of the NDP supporters are, you know, they support Israel-Palestine issues in that regard. Like, yes, there's still some people who support Israel in that scenario, but in their camp specifically,
Yeah, it's becoming more politicized. It's becoming more grouped by political association. Yes.
Yes. And that's what's ironically happening, right? And in that scenario, so in order to kind of like, you know, make a poll-related move, it seems like he wanted to just support Palestine. So he came out and he tried his best to ask for a ceasefire from Netanyahu without actually saying the word ceasefire. He said, you must proceed as, he said basically something, it was just the weirdest thing ever. He basically asked to proceed with caution or something like that, like the quote was. So he was basically telling him to be careful. There's still human lives. And he came out and said, like, you know, we must protect the innocent Palestinians and everything like that. For sure. So then Netanyahu actually ended up and blasted him on Twitter and completely blasted though. And then a Jewish community in Canada, like similar to like the ADL, I'm assuming in America, they went out, blasted him on Twitter as well too. So then he's just getting shots from both communities, because now even the people he's trying to pander to are just telling him like, bro, fuck off. Like, we don't care what you have to say. Like, you already said what you had to say first. Like, don't switch up now. Like,
he's pissed off both sides.
And he's pissed off both sides.
You know, it's funny actually. So one of the things he did too, once he got, I don't know if it was when he was in Vancouver or when he went down for the APEC summit in San Francisco, but he also said, he said that Iran is 100% complicit in the attack on October 7th.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Even the United States wouldn't admit that. They're like, we don't have any intel to guarantee that they were involved in it. So he's the only other person in the world other than Israel that's like, Iran did this. And then I think right away he went, oh, fuck, what did I just do? So they start asking him questions like, well, you have this Islamic revolutionary group tied to Iran and Canada. There's these people running around free. Like, what are you going to do about it? Yeah. Are you going to list them as a terror organization? He's like, oh, and then he just gave them some bullshit answer. Then they're like, yes or no. He dodged the question, wouldn't answer them. So it's funny. And then Netanyahu, like for him to go at him online just shows how weak Trudeau is, right?
Oh yeah, no one likes him.
No one. So he's actually pissed off both sides in like the last day or two. He's right in the middle of this and he's made everybody angry. And I mean, that again just goes to show why this guy is he's a fledgling politician. He's young and inexperienced in the game. He doesn't really know what he's doing. He doesn't really seem to have any like moral compass. He doesn't really seem to have any like solid direction. He's just like you said, he's kind of going with the flow of the polls and being like, how can I fix this? How can I fix this? And he just keeps putting a Band-Aid on a broken leg, and this guy's just slowly falling apart, which is exactly what you see when 250, you know what's funny? So I was thinking about this. 250 people rallied at that restaurant at 10 p.m. at night.
Like, that's crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Some people call me a grandpa for this, but I'm inside at 10 p.m.
Bro, if I wasn't doing the news this late right now, I used to be in bed at 9:30 on a Friday. Now I'm up super late doing the news. It's driving me insane. But like, dude, so this is on like a Tuesday. Yeah. These people are like at the drop of a hat, 250 people. Like, doesn't that tell you how much they despise this man? Because I'm not getting look. Of all the people I know, I think I might dislike him the most. Seriously.
No,
and I say that, you know, but if someone's like, hey, it's 10 o'clock and Trudeau's down the street even if he was at my restaurant, I'd be like, yeah, I mean, someone throw an egg at him. I got shit to do. I wouldn't even get up and go, but this many people got up just to go give this guy shit. And I think like that really tells you where the country's at and how they feel about this man. And
oh yeah. And it's always a crazy day when obviously funny enough, in certain places, like politicians don't need that much security because they're relatively loved. Like, let's look at what's his name? I think his name, the El Salvadorian president and everything like that. Like,
Malay maybe his name. I may butcher that. The guy that's trying to jump in now. That's kind of like this.
He's like, it's something with the N. El Salvador. I don't want to chop his name up. El Salvadorian president.
Oh no, yeah.
Yes,
okay.
Nayib Bukele. Bukele, yes, him.
I had a different.
If you compare like someone like him to like Trudeau,
yeah, I was thinking of Argentina. Sorry,
polar opposites.
Yeah,
like complete. Like, this guy goes places, people are like, Bukele, they're chanting his name, they're shaking his hand, or giving him hugs. You know what I mean? Because like he's like completely turned around, like El Salvador in the time that he's been there. You know what I mean?
Right.
And the funniest part is, he's actually close to Trudeau in age.
Right.
So it's just like, it goes to show you that even if you're, young and inexperienced, you can lean on the wisdom of advisors, and by being more of a action-oriented person and being real and connecting with people and what truly, the thing, and being concerned with the things that truly affect your citizens, instead of looking on Twitter and looking at polls to determine what you're gonna fight for and what values you're gonna fight for. He does what's right, and for his country.
I agree. I think at the end of the day, like, every politician at one time in their life is fledgling, the young and inexperienced. That's what it is. And it's more about being young and inexperienced in your field, not necessarily your age. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that everybody's in that role at one time or another. It's just a matter of, do they get the help they need? Do they heed the advice? But he doesn't. So he's a narcissistic egomaniac. So he already thinks he's got all the answers. You ever heard of the Dunning-Kruger effect?
Oh, yeah.
So that's when you think you know more about something than you do, so you act with this undeserved sense of confidence. That is Trudeau down to a T. That is that man.
He's Exhibit A.
Yeah, exactly. So he does these things thinking, oh, everybody loves me, or this or that or whatever, or I'm going to get away with this because everyone else is stupid and I'm so brilliant. It's sociopathic. And I'm happy to see that the country is pissed off enough to join him for dinner at 10 p.m. just to give him a piece of their mind.
Yeah, thank you. Shout out to Vancouver for that.
Shout out to the people.
Shout out to the people. Thank you guys for doing that.
If you like this video, make sure you check out this one right here. And if you want to watch the full podcast, make sure you check this out here.